So Mecha Break has been out for about a week and has been sitting at mixed reviews on Steam. Most of them echo a similar sentiment. The game is really solid, but the monetization is a bit much to say the least. So what's the big deal? Well, first and foremost, the game's economy is poorly explained. The game kinda just throws players into a volcano when we finish the tutorial, especially when one of the first things they emphasize to us is a nearly $50 skin. It really gives a bad impression. Like many other free-to-play games, it has 4 different currencies, which is kinda eye-roll inducing, but each currency is actually very well displayed and has very distinct uses. Starting from the left, the first is achievement points. They are gained from completing certain objectives in match or milestones in game. They are used for customization options such as titles, data entries for your pilot report, and insignias for your pilot, strikers, and mashmock weapons. Next are mission tokens. These are the primary free currency that you get while playing the game. You get these during most if not all matches, weekly missions, and even some consumables earned in the extraction mode mashmock. They are used for a range of items in game, like unlocking new strikers, new cosmetic for strikers and pilots, and for some gameplay affecting items in mashmock. They also apparently reset each season, but I've yet to see how that works. The yellow one is the premium currency of the game, Corite. The easiest way a player would get this is to pay real world money for it. However, it can be earned in game via 2 methods. 1 by finding Corite chests in mashmock, and 2 by selling loot from mashmock on the player-driven auction house, which we will get into later. Corite is used to buy many of the game's cosmetics and to buy items from the game's auction house. The last currency is matrix credits. These are used specifically to buy items in mashmock and are exclusively earned in game by playing the mode and by breaking down equipment earned in the mode. The 2 main hubs when it comes to the game's economy will be under the Matrix Marketplace and Logistics tabs. The Matrix Marketplace is the player auction house. Here you can buy or sell the majority of the game's cosmetics and items. Some items earned in mashmock are able to be converted into either mission tokens or matrix supplies, so technically if you wanted to, you could buy Corite and then buy those on the marketplace. Not very efficient in my opinion, but in theory it's possible to buy the red and blue currencies this way. The Logistics tab has a mix of options, the first of which is the Matrix contract, which is purchased with real money. It gives you one of the new strikers, doubles your earned mission tokens, and some other items. It's pretty much the only thing that can't be earned in game, as it can't be bought with Corite and it can't be sold on the marketplace. The next tab is Matrix Selections. This is a set of items that can be bought via mission tokens. It functions similarly to Helldivers in that there's a range of options to purchase, and once you buy a certain amount of tokens worth of items, the next set of items becomes available to purchase. The Matrix contract and selections together are effectively a battle pass and will go away at the end of the season. But I'm not sure at this time if you purchase the Matrix contract whether you will be able to complete the selections after the season is over. The next tab is Ace Recruitment, which is where the $48 skin is. There you can get a new pilot, the Falcon skin, and some additional options for Corite. The pilot and skin can be bought via the marketplace for Corite and via loot box, but the only direct way to get them is via real money. The next 2 tabs are all seasonal cosmetics bought for Corite and can be sold to other players, and the last tab is where you can buy Corite for money. To give an opinion strictly regarding the game's economy, I'd kinda break it down into a few parts. Firstly, and the most nitpicky, it's kind of obtusely communicated to the player. Even outside of the poor explanation of systems, why are there 2 sub-tabs labeled Matrix that aren't under Matrix Marketplace? Add to that, why is there a currency called Matrix Credits that have nothing to do with any of the other 3 systems? Secondly, while the game is technically not pay to win, because everything gameplay affecting is earnable in game, it is absolutely pay to skip or pay for convenience. If you want, you could play through mashmock to get all the weapons sold in Marketplace, but it's much faster just to buy them, which feels like the closest thing they could do to get to the line of pay to win. Also, if you approach this from the angle of what if you don't play mashmock, then in that case there's nothing gameplay effective that you could buy, but at the same time you'd be completely locked out of earning Corite in game, which means your customization options would be pretty limited outside of spending real money. Third, the fact that the marketplace is player driven seems like it could be an issue long term. The longer the game goes, the less players there will be to buy from the marketplace. And those players that remain will likely be hardcore players, which I imagine will be less likely to buy things that they could earn in gameplay. Admittedly though, this point is more speculation than others. Lastly, a $48 skin is kind of egregious, and that doesn't even give you all the parts of the skin. If you were to buy the rest of the components, you have to spend at least another $40. No matter how you try to flip that, if this game was buy to play, it most likely wouldn't be $90, and you're telling me a skin's worth that? Overall, I think the game is really good, but I completely understand anyone who doesn't like the economy side of it. Me personally, the Battle Pass is not a bad deal, especially considering the majority of games have them now. If I play a good amount of hours, I'll probably buy it, but not much else.